So good morning all of you. Today we will start a new video lecture on DNA replication. And this particular video is based on NCERT syllabus. So I have tried my best to make it concise as much as possible. So let us start the video now. So in this video we will study about the DNA replication in case of prokaryotes. As far as eukaryotes are concerned, I will discuss about it in another video lecture. It is totally based on NCERT syllabus, so I have made it a very simple one. So I hope you would be able to understand it. So in this video, we will discuss about DNA replication, the semi-conservative mode of replication, then the enzymes involved in the process of DNA replication, then the mechanism of replication. Okay. So in the first step, we will first discuss about the semi-conservative mode of replication in case of DNA. You know that DNA consists of is a double-stranded structure, isn't it? So DNA replication is a semi-conservative type of replication where both the strands separate. First, both the strands get separated. Then each separated strand behaves as template. Template means guide. Each separated strand behaves as a guide for the synthesis of a new complementary strand. You know what is complementary strand? I have already told you about it in the another video lecture on DNA structure. Okay, so now the two parental strands have separated and both of them have given rise to two complementary strands. New daughter DNA molecule thus formed contains both new as well as old strand, isn't it? So this method of formation of new DNA molecule is called semi-conservative mode of replication, where the DNA strand, newly formed DNA strand, newly formed DNA molecule consists of an old strand as well as a new strand. So now let us study about what are the enzymes, main enzymes that help in the process of DNA replication. Helicase, then topoisomerase, then single-stranded binding proteins, then polymerases, primase, then ligase. So these are the main 6 enzymes which are required to be remembered by any 12th standard student. So these are the 6 enzymes that mainly help in the process of DNA replication. In addition to all these, many other enzymes and proteins are also involved in DNA replication that I am not discussing right now. You will study it in higher classes. Okay. Now first study about, first let us know what is the function of helicase enzyme. Well, as far as helicase is concerned, its function is to unwind the DNA double helix by breaking the hydrogen bonds between the DNA strand. You know that DNA molecule consists of 2 strands, and the 2 strands are attached with each other by means of hydrogen bond. Now this hydrogen bond needs to get broken down so that the internal nitrogenous bases are exposed to the your replicating enzymes. Now how these internal bases can be exposed? Only by breaking the hydrogen bond, and this is done by your helicase enzyme. Got it? Let me draw, you will be able to know how that happens. Well, you know the DNA strand consists of, these are the hydrogen bonds, okay, hydrogen bonds. So these hydrogen bonds are broken down by your helicase enzyme. Okay, this is a rough diagram. I'm showing it in a diagrammatic way. Okay, so now let us come to the function of topoisomerase enzyme. It removes the supercoils formed by breaking of hydrogen bonds between the 2 strands. Okay, so what is the function of topoisomerase? Actually, topoisomerase removes the supercoils that have been formed by breaking of hydrogen bond between 2 strands. Got it? When the helicase moves in a DNA strand, it breaks the hydrogen bond, and at the same time, as a result of which, supercoils are formed ahead of it. So if that supercoils remain, it won't be able to move further ahead. So those supercoils are to be removed. Supercoils have to be removed. Who does this? This topoisomerase does this. Okay. Topoisomerases are two types: topoisomerase 1, topoisomerase 2. Okay. In case of prokaryotes, the topoisomerase gyrase helps in the removal of supercoils. Okay. Now, third one is single-stranded binding proteins. As the name suggests, these are certain proteins which bound to the single strands, okay, single strands of the DNA helix. So what it does? Now, once the helicase unwinds the DNA, the double-stranded structure becomes single-stranded one. Okay. Now, after the DNA helix has been opened, now the SSBs bind to these single strands. Okay, both these two strands, both the parental strands, the single-stranded binding proteins, they bind. Why does that bind? Because they have that inherent capability of again reforming the duplex. They means the two strands. Now they have been separated. If there is no SSB, they will again form hydrogen bond and they combine and form a DNA duplex. So for that to prevent, SSBs bind to these two strands. Got it? So they prevent in reforming the duplex. Okay. Then next one, your DNA polymerase. In case of prokaryotes, there are three types of polymerases. Okay. DNA polymerase 1, DNA polymerase 2 and DNA polymerase 3. Now DNA polymerase 1 and 2, they are not directly responsible for DNA replication. Rather, DNA polymerase 3 is directly responsible for DNA synthesis. Okay. As far as DNA polymerase 1 and 2 are concerned, they are mostly concerned with DNA repair. Got it? Now this DNA polymerase 3, which helps in synthesis of new DNA strand, it synthesizes DNA, remember, in a 5' to 3' direction. Remember it? It synthesizes DNA in a 5' to 3' direction. Next, another enzyme involved is primase. Okay. Actually, I have already told you in the previous slide, I have shown it in the previous slide, that DNA polymerase 3 is responsible for your DNA synthesis. Now, DNA polymerase cannot start the DNA synthesis, initiate the DNA synthesis by itself, okay, by adding free nucleotides to the 3'-OH end. It cannot start or initiate the DNA synthesis. Got it? So, it requires certain primers for that purpose. Primers. What are those primers? Those are short fragments of RNA. Now, these primers or the short fragments of RNA are synthesized by primase enzyme. So, primase adds short fragments of RNA for 3'-OH end of the prokaryotes. Got it? So, as DNA polymerase, even though DNA polymerase is responsible for bringing together the deoxyribonucleotides, still then it doesn't have that ability to initiate that. So, it requires a RNA fragment. Got it? So, for that RNA fragment is synthesized by primer. Primase enzyme. Next, ligase enzyme. These joins bits of DNA by forming phosphodiester bonds between 3'-OH and 5'-P end. You will learn or you will come to know what are bits of DNA and why the bits of DNA are formed. Okay. Remember it, that whenever the bits of DNA are formed, they are joined to form a complete DNA strand through ligase. Okay. By means of phosphodiester bond between 3'-OH and 5'-P end. Got it?